So over the last few days, I've been dealing with another instance of content theft, and this is actually not the first time I've had to deal with this. I had this happen last month or the month before, but I didn't talk about it because that was dealt with privately. But this is something that is becoming a pattern now, where my content and other people's content in the horror theory sort of sphere are just being taken. People are taking our content, they are re-uploading the video with very minor edits, usually to take out our logos or our face or anything that identifies it that it's our work, and then re-uploading it in their own language. So I want to talk about that. Gamersault actually already made a video about this if you want to run down on that, but I'll give you a quick recap if you haven't watched that video. And also I'm going to add some further details to it as well, because there's been some developments in this whole story, and that's why I'm making today's video, because I want to talk about it, because not only is it absolutely garbage, but it's also pretty weird as well. So about a week and a half ago, maybe a bit longer, I got an email from a couple of different people saying that my content had been stolen, and when I went and looked at it, it was very, very blatant. Now, this channel, it's called EMoriXD or 3MoriXD. I'm not exactly sure which one it is, but this channel has been taking my work, Gamersault's work, and SuperHorrorBro's work, and probably others too, and just basically recycling it, reusing it, and gaining millions of views, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, all on the backs of our work. Now, I will show you a comparison, which you actually can't see anymore, which we'll come on to that in a little bit, because again, this story gets really weird. But I will show you a comparison of before they started editing their videos. Now, you can see this one, this is a really obvious example. This is my Happy's Humble Burger Farm video, and you can see their Happy's Humble Burger Farm video. Now, the thing about this one, which makes it really, really obvious, and in fact, most of the videos that I've seen that used my work fell into this trap, is that they used this red background. Now, this red background is completely mine. I know because I created it, or rather, I bought this as an overlay. It was a Nerd or Die overlay. I think it was called Overdrive overlays. And then I changed the color to be red and black to fit my branding. So it's something that I paid money for, and then I edited myself to make it fit my style and my branding better. So anytime you see this red and black background, this is mine. I made it. So when I use things like still images or, very short gameplay clips, I like to put this in the background just to make it a little bit more interesting. But what that also means is that you can very, very quickly tell that this is my work, except if you don't know my channel. If you've never seen my channel, you might not know this. So this channel, you can clearly see, is taking my video and basically re-uploading it. And in this case, they actually used somebody else's video as well. This channel here where you see somebody live streaming, I think, or a Let's Play, this isn't them either. This is a completely other channel. And so they've taken from them as well. You can see how blatant it is. It's blatantly my work. Now this gets even worse if you scroll through their channel. You can see that they've even taken thumbnails. Now, some of these are just very similar, like this Mommy Longlegs one is just very similar to mine. In fact, I believe they took this from another channel that took it from me. But then if you go down a little bit further, you can start to see some of these that are very, very obvious. So this one over here, this is my exact thumbnail. They just took off the text and added their own, and then they added an arrow on as well. But the actual thumbnail basis was mine. I created this thumbnail myself. I still have it on my hard drive. I have the file, so I can prove that I created it. But whatever, it's a thumbnail. It's still absolutely scummy. But if you look at this one, you can see very, very immediately that this is SuperHorrorBro's thumbnail. And this one, they haven't made any changes apart from adding their own text over to cover up his text. So I immediately saw this and was like, hang on, this is SuperHorrorBro's thumbnail. But then if you watch the video, the video is using all my stuff. It's using all of my footage, and it's using my ideas and all of my editing. So this video stole from two different people. So credit for that, I guess. So after seeing that this channel had taken my work, Gamersault's work, and SuperHorrorBro's work, I decided to do something that I don't like to do, and that is do a copyright claim. Because quite frankly, I don't think channels should be allowed to take other people's work and just slap on their own audio and say this is my work without giving any credit, without giving any references, or at least acknowledging that this isn't their work. It's not like they took somebody's clip and just added it into their own unique video. So when you create things on YouTube, there is something called fair use. Now, this, in my honest opinion, is not covered by fair use. Fair use covers things like parody, review, and basically if you transform something enough and it's your own unique work, you're covered by fair use. Let me give you an example of how fair use works. Let's say I want to use 20 seconds of a Netflix show in my review of that Netflix show. I would be probably covered under fair use because I'm reviewing reviewing the show, and as long as I'm putting my own thought and commentary over the top of it, and that is all my original work, then I'm probably going to be okay with fair use. Your work is the primary part of the video. The majority of the video is your work, and you're using somebody else's work to reference or to supplement or to highlight what you're talking about in your video. That's what fair use is for. So now that you know what fair use is, or what it's supposed to be, I filed copyright claims on these videos, and this channel tried to claim fair use. They tried to say that what they were doing was totally fine because they were transforming the work. So in this case, what they consider transformative is just putting it in their language. That's what they consider transformative. So even though the idea was mine, the thumbnail was mine or other people's, the footage that I got from the game was mine, and the editing, which took me hours, was mine. All of those things were mine, but they just put it into their language and they said now it's theirs. That's not fair use, buddy. That's not fair use. So one of the reasons why I am so annoyed about this, and one of the reasons why I'm letting you guys know about this, is because this is something that I am more than willing to fight. And when I say fight, I will copyright claim, and I will go further if I have to, because I really do put a lot of work into my videos. Now, you might notice that my videos maybe aren't as professionally edited as other people's, and that's because I don't pay an editor. I edit all my videos myself, and that's something that I taught myself. It's taken me many hours to learn the editing that I do now, and it's still not perfect. But whenever I create a video, I spend hours, if not days, putting time and effort into these videos. And absolutely everything that goes into my videos, apart from, like I say, sometimes I will take some clips from other channels, but I will always give them credit. Or if I forget, which I think I forgot once, I put a link to that video in the description. But apart from using that, or maybe using some images I get from Google, the entire video is mine. And unless it's art that I've commissioned or paid for, everything in the video is done by me, right? So when I spend potentially days recording footage for a video, going through that footage, coming up with ideas, editing all of that, which takes hours and hours, editing all of that into a video, and then I put it out there, I put all of the tags, and I come up with a title which I think is going to be catchy, and I do all of that, and then somebody comes along and just takes it, chops out my face and my logos, and says, this is mine now. Yeah, I take that very personally. Very personally. And I know we've had instances in the past where maybe there's been misunderstandings, or maybe other people have had very similar ideas to mine, and in that case, we've worked it out together as creators. When it comes to things like this, I'm not giving you the benefit of the doubt. I'm not giving you the benefit of the doubt at all, because it's so blatant that you've stolen my work and just repurposed it and said that it's yours. That's the thing that annoys me the most, is that you're saying that it's yours. And not only that, you're profiting from it. This channel gets quite a lot of views, more views than my channel, because it does 10% of the work. So like I said, this actually has a point. I have a point to this video. So the story of this so far is that I have done some copyright claims, and so has Gamersault. Now the channel, I think Gamersault's ones got removed, but he's deciding to fight mine and say that it's fair use. Now, interestingly enough, after that, I got an email from this channel, which, by the way, according to Gamersault, this channel was very rude and sent some very nasty stuff over to Gamersault, which is not okay. And I hope Gamersault reports that, because that's not allowed on YouTube. But anyway, this channel then decided to email me saying, let me read out the actual email for you. YouTube collaboration. It's not collaboration when you steal it. Hi Tericho, I usually use some clips from the games that are uploaded in YouTube, and maybe I use some of the clips that you upload. Maybe you use some of the clips, you just took my whole video. I don't know what you mean, maybe use some clips. If you want me to put mention of your YouTube channel in the description, it's completely fine, as also I already mentioned your name with my voice multiple times because I'm a fan of your videos. Now that's another blatant lie, because my name Tericho is a made-up name. It doesn't exist. I made it, right? And so that name, as far as I'm aware, should be the same in every language, because it's a made-up name. It's like Dumbledore. Why was that the first one that came to my head? So I've never heard once this person say the name Tericho in his videos. And also, if he's such a big fan, and he wants to help me out so much, why did he edit out all my logos and anything that proves that it's my work? So no, that's a blatant lie. My channel is aimed at the Arab audience, and it will increase your audience base. Again, no it won't, because you haven't told anybody that it's my work, so nobody would know to come to my channel to check me out. So again, lie. Then it says, if you have any questions, please let us know. I have one question. Did you think you were going to get away with this? Did you really think that no one was going to notice that you're stealing all of your work and all of your ideas from other people? Really? That's my question. Feel free to let me know down in the comments. So after all this, after I sent the copyright claims, which are still being processed, YouTube are now looking into this. After all this happened, the videos still remain up. But interestingly enough, they've all been blurred out. This is where it gets really weird. So generally speaking, once a video has been uploaded, the only two things you can do for it are edit its title and thumbnail, remove it, or you can go into the video and blur things out. You can't really change a video too much. And it seems like this channel has used YouTube's editing tools to blur out segments of the video. Now, I'm going to assume that they're doing this because they know that they've been caught and they're trying to hide the evidence. I don't know why they wouldn't just take the video down at this point. But what is really interesting about this is you can see that it's been blurred out. And in some of the videos, in fact, I think one of them, the entire video has been blurred out. So if the entire video has been blurred out, again, assuming that they're blurring it out because they know what they've done and they know that it's not going to fly, if you're blurring out the entire video, you've just admitted that you're in the wrong. You've just admitted that the entire video isn't yours. So I'm glad that I recorded this one. I should have recorded them all really, but I recorded this video just so I have some evidence, because maybe they think they're being clever and getting rid of it all. But if YouTube wants to see this, I can prove that the video before it got blurred out was entirely mine. So this channel, taken thumbnails, taken editing, taken videos from other people. I'm not going to stand for it. I don't know if SuperHorrorBro has seen it as well, but this is not the first time this has happened. This has happened to me. I think it was last month or the month before, and I had to copyright claim again. It was exactly the same thing. It was a channel just taking stuff from other people, from me and other people, and I ended up copyright striking those, and that channel was clever enough to just admit it, and they removed the video. So I had no problem. I didn't want to make a video about that person. I didn't want to shout them out or bring any hate towards them. And by the way, don't go to this channel. Don't give them any comments or hate or anything. It doesn't help. Right? It just doesn't help. But I didn't want to talk about it. I don't want the drama. I don't want the drama. And if I'm being honest with you, having to talk about this is taking what very little energy I have at the moment. I don't know if it's just that there's not much going on in horror, or I don't know what it is, but I just seem to have not that much energy at the moment. And so having to deal with this and create a video about it is just taking up lots of my time and lots of my energy, which is meaning that I don't have as much time to work on videos for you. For example, right now I'm working on a Sonic EXY video, which is pretty cool, by the way. And that's going to take longer to get out, right? And we're rapidly coming up to Poppy Playtime Chapter 2, which I'm really excited about, and I know is going to be a very busy time for the channel. And I'm having to deal with this rather than deal with making content. So everything that I do, because I'm just one man, everything like this that happens physically takes away from the channel. It takes content away from you, and it takes money away from me, which is why I'm making this video, because I need to talk about it. I need people to understand what's going on. I need YouTube to figure something out, because they have systems in place to stop this. None of them seem to catch any of these videos, interestingly. But yeah, going forward, I am going to be putting in measures to stop this happening in the future. So for any channels that watch my videos thinking that you can just do this, I'm going to be stopping it. I'm going to be putting a stop to it, which might make my videos slightly less visually appealing for a little while, but I'll do what it takes. I will do what it takes to stop these absolute scumbag channels from just ripping off other creators and passing off work as their own, which I'm pretty sure, in my opinion, pretty sure it's illegal. But anyway, I'm going to be putting things into place so that they can't keep doing it. And like I say, if you steal my videos in the future, people will know. I promise you that. So that's it. That's today's video. I know it's not a theory. I know it's not as interesting, but it needs to be said. It needs to be talked about. This stuff is annoying the hell out of me, and I'm not going to be standing for it. I'm not going to be standing for it any longer. So yeah, stop stealing my content. I'm not asking. I'm telling. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.